Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first official Bay Ridge live stream of the whole entire year. We're starting with senior boys volleyball as we have the Bay Ridge Blazers take on Napanee, and it is going to be a nail biter as the senior team's got a really good team this year. I'm super excited for it, and I'm ready to get into the season. It's going to be a great one. We have two games lined up for you guys today. We have the senior game today and the junior game right after this, I believe at 5 o'clock. So lots of action here and a reason to stick around on the Bay Ridge YouTube channel as both teams get huddled and ready to go. As Mr. Swain's taking a picture. Smile for the picture. And both teams huddling up, getting ready to go here as we have the first set coming your way. Just a minute. The Blazers are currently 0-1, coming off a loss to Kingston Secondary School last Tuesday. It's a well-fought match, though. Solid 3-1, KSS. The defending champions from last year, so they're always going to be a hard opponent. But, they did their thing. They stuck to it. And, well, they're here to take on the Hawks. Also had a tournament on the weekend where they went, I believe they went 2 ties, a win and a loss, which is not bad, which is actually bang even. As I believe they played... They lost to Perth. I know that for sure. I'm not sure the other teams, but it doesn't matter because we got Napanee in front of us right now. As we get the starting lineup for the Blazers. Lincoln, Aaron, James, Cam, Eric, and Owen Swain lining up as the starting lineup for your Bay Ridge Blazers as we get the first home game of the season underway here. And here we go. The ref calls everyone into play. Oh, looks like we have a sub here. Lincoln coming out, and we got Jonas Pete coming in. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get the 2022-2023 season underway here. The first serve is coming in from Napanee. And here we go as Napanee will have first serve. And we'll send it over, and here we go as Owen receives it. Aaron getting a set here, tries to set something, and that point will go right over to Napanee as we have, I believe, a 2-touch. And that's an interesting way to start the game, but thank God you need 25 points to win a set, so that's only one down for the Blazers. Hopefully it doesn't get to their heads and they can stay stable. As they send it over. Jonas will receive, and that ball will hit the roof. And Napanee up by 2. And Napanee now going to send over the ball. As it goes over, Eric Burke will receive that off. Someone's got to do that, and that ball goes under the net. And the Blazers are crumbling here, They've had three balls sent over to them, and they haven't been able to handle it. They need to calm down here, First game at home, we got a bit of an audience here. It's nice to see, but both the teams need to calm down. The Blazers need to regroup, and they really need to get their heads together if they want to get this first set. This first set's important, but that way help it as Napanee sends it right into the net, and the Blazers get their first point of the night. As it looks like it's Owen Swain about to set it off for the Blazers. Now, he's an all-star right here, winning MVP last year at the Athletics Banquet. He's quite the player. And here we go. First Blazers possession. As Owen will send it over, but he just steps over the line. That was a beautiful serve, but just an inch over. And this ball goes right back to Napanee. It's crazy. Napanee now will have a serve, trying to go get to 5, make this lead even more than it already is. Not too bad though, and that ball is called out. Great eye by Aaron there to call it out for the Blazers, and they will get the serve back. As it looks like it's Cam Fraser stepping up to take this one. Quite the player he is. As he will send that one over. That's the first successful serve for the Blazers tonight. As Napanee will send it over in a free ball. Served by James. James sends it right back over. Someone's got to die for that. Jonas with a good effort, but can't keep that one up, and this ball will go right back to Napanee. As the Blazers can't get it over their head there. It's only 5-2. Still early in the set. Lots of ball left to play. As Jonas will receive that great receive. Set by Owen Swains to James. James with the spike! And that ball will hit the ground on Napanee. James with a brilliant spike, and he will take the serve, as that is a great Bay Ridge point right there. Okay. As James Compo, after his great spike down, will take the serve here. Looking to gain off some momentum here. That could have been a game changer here. As hopefully the Blazers look up to tie the game. And it's only 5-3. Still early on in this set. Owen telling the team to wake up. And that's a great save by James. And that ball, can it be handled? It's in the corner. And it'll hit the roof. And the Blazers pulling it back between one. James will take another serve here. James Compo. He's got quite the hops, I tell you, on this kid. You know, he's not the tallest, but this kid can jump. The Napanee now looking for to get some spike game of their own, as that will hit straight into the net. And we have a tied volleyball game. You don't have to say. It's James looking to get the lead, first lead here for the Blazers. He will send that one over. It's a bit hard. And it's called out of bounds just barely. As that ball will go straight over to Napanee, as we have a sub here. Jonas coming back on for James Compo. James definitely rallied the Blazers back into this game here, as Napanee will send it over. Received by Cam. Set by Owen Swain. Who will hit it? It's Eric Burke. A light hit as that ball will diving receive. Can Napanee get this ball over? They can. Handled. And that ball is called out of bounds. And the Blazers will tie that game back up. Great call by Jonas. It looked like he was going to hit it, but he says no at the end of the day, and it was the right decision, as we have a tie ball game now. It's Aaron will send it over. It's really high, and that ball just over the line. As Bay Ridge gives the ball to Napanee. That ball is sent right back over, and even though the Blazers just sent it over and gave Napanee possession, that possession goes right back to Bay Ridge. As Eric Burke now will send it over. Napanee receives, trying to get something going. A far side spike, that's good. Lincoln gets a hand on it, but unfortunately it's not enough. And that point goes straight to Napanee. Napanee now going to send it over here. That's a great thing. It's hard, but Jonas handles it. Set by Aaron to Lincoln. Lincoln sends it over. Is it too high? He barely gets it, but Napanee will send it over with a spike. And the Blazers have tied it up. Owen hopped up there to get up to that top of the net and blocks that ball from any potential of going over somehow. That ball will be sent over. Handled at the net. Napanee trying to get something going here. That's a good spike. Eric gets a great hit on it. But unfortunately, he sends that ball right into the basketball net. And that ball and point will be awarded to Napanee. Napanee now will have a serve. They send it over. That's a great serve, but it's just a bit too high. That point will be awarded to the Blazers. This score is going right back and forth. It's tied up at 9-9. It's just about who's going to pull ahead. Who's going to get the momentum from that big play? Owen Swain will have it now. That's a great serve. And that's been awarded to the Blazers. Woo! Had some power on it. The velocity was too crazy for Napanee to handle. As Owen tries to replicate what he just did. The real question is, can he make it happen? If so, I believe this could be the momentum what Bay Ridge needs to pull away with this score. And there it is, and that ball just at the top of the net. Ball's over, and there's another point to Bay Ridge, an 11-9 game. I was lucky there. The net gods gave it to Bay Ridge. Just can Owen replicate that serve? It's beautiful. Can he go 3 in a row? Sends it up. And that is just a bit too high. And that point is awarded to the Hawks. And it will be their serve. But a very, very back and forth game here. As you know, the Hawks, they started off with an early lead, but the Blazers really pulled it back in with some momentum. And are now right in this game. Actually have the lead here. Set by Owen Swain. Far side to Cam. Cam with a heavy, powerful serve. But I believe that ball is called out of bounds. And it will be the Hawks ball. And point awarded to them. So we have an 11-11 tie game here. As Nabony now will have the serve. And they send it over. Received by Eric. Will they hit the roof? It just barely touches the top of the ceiling. And that point is awarded, and the lead awarded to Nabony. As Nabony now will have a serve, trying to take away here with their lead. Received by Eric. Set by Owen Swain to James. James with a heavy serve, but a great receive by Nabony. But that point will be awarded to the Blazers. I believe on a 2-touch, but that was an amazing receive, a diving receive by Nabony. They're a great effort off of a heavy spike by James. And Cam now will send that over. The Hawks will easily receive that. A set, a nice spike, but I believe the Blazers got a bit too high up there and ended up touching the top of the net. And the Hawks will have that ball now. Nabony now sends it over. Received by Jonas Pete. Owen Swain set to Eric Burke. Eric sends it over. But it's called Bay Ridge ball. And Bay Ridge point. Not going to lie, not 100% sure what that call was for. Because it was on the net. Thank you, Mr. Swain. And we have a 13-13 game. James Combo will send it over. Great service, sent right back over. Received by Owen. Set by Aaron. Far side to Eric. Eric with a spike. And that ball hit the ground. The Blazers take the lead. This is a great spike by Eric Burke. Nabony couldn't handle it. And James Compo will go right back to the serving position. He will send that one over effortlessly. As Nabony now trying to get someone going. A good spike is that. We'll go out of bounds. And the Blazers with a 2-point lead. As we are nearing the end of the set here, as Bay Ridge only needs 10 more points left to go. And that ball will go out of bounds to be awarded to Nabony. But it's a very even game going back and forth, basically point for point. As sometimes, you know, Bay Ridge will have a little bit of momentum, and it'll be ruined by Nabony, and they'll have a little bit of momentum, and it's still a tied game at the end of the day. 15-14 as Nabony will send it over now. Received by Cam. Owen trying to get something going. Sets Eric light, little spike. And unfortunately, that point will be awarded to Nabony on a lift. I guess Cam's receive was just a bit too shallow. And in order for Owen to get that ball up, he had to lift it, but that's okay. It's part of the game as we have a tie game now. As Nabony will send that over. Great receive by Jonas. Set by Owen. Up to Eric. Eric's going to have to get that ball up. A great ball by Nabony. It's still up. Can they get it over? And they can. A great effort, though, from the boys. And the Hawks will be awarded that point as we have a 16-15 game. As Nabony now will send that ball over. Received by Cam. Set by Owen. Needs to find someone. He finds Eric. Eric with a powerful spike, but it's just over top of all the Hawks' head. He's asking for a tap and it's fair to him. The Blazers will take that point as Nabony apparently gets a finger on it on the way here. Apparently Eric Burke's just hit was too fast for the Hawks to handle. Bay Ridge will send it over now. Nabony setting something up. Maybe a powerful spike. It's over everyone except for Jonas. Set by Aaron. And that spike just a bit too short and will hit the top of the net. It'll be awarded as a Nabony point. Nabony will send that over now. Received by Cam. It's a low one. Set to Owen Swain. And that's a great ball by Nabony, but he keeps that ball up. Can they keep it up? And they can't. A great effort from the boys. And that point will be awarded to Bay Ridge, and we have a tie ball game here. That was a great block by, I believe, Owen. Keep that ball on the Hawk side as Eric Burke will send it over now. It's a great serve. Set by Napanee. A far side set. That's a great set. A great spike. And that is a bit too hard to handle for the Blazers. And that point will be awarded by Napanee as they went up for the block, but they got a fingertip on it, which ended up deflecting it way out of bounds. And Bay Ridge now down by 1. They need to figure something out here as we're nearing the end of the set. Napanee now will send that ball over. It's hard. Great receive by Cam. Sets him. Get him. That's a hard one. And that ball hit the roof. And we have a tie game. Oh, baby. This game's going back and forth. As we have a substitution here. Jonas coming off. I believe it's James Compo, the kid with hops, coming back on. That ball will be served over. The light one. Napanee trying to get something here. Can they get it over the net? That's the third touch of the ball. And they cannot. And Bay Ridge will take the lead. Can Bay Ridge be the first team to reach 20? As that's a great block by Cam. Can they keep that ball up? They cannot handle it. And Bay Ridge with a 2-point lead. And we have a timeout called by Napanee as Bay Ridge is only 5 points away from taking this first set, as both teams will regroup and try to get a game plan going as we are reaching the end of the set. It's a 4-minute timeout, and this game has been very, very good so far. Very back and forth. Napanee starting off with a great 5-1 lead, but Bay Ridge, not letting Napanee get a hold of this game and really pulling it back in. So we had a great serving by Owen Swain. He's been great. Some great hitting by Eric Burke and James Compo, and Jonas and Cam being very solid in the backcourt, just keeping those receiving very well, and It's been back and forth, point after point after point, going back and forth for both teams, and we're in this situation where it's 20-18, and I still don't know who's going to take this first set. So we're going to have to, as Bay Ridge will come back out with the same lineup, I believe, as Napanee is done, and hopefully they have a game plan here to take these 2 points back, tie up the game, and get the win over this first set. But we're cheering for Bay Ridge, so go Blazers, go! You heard it here. As here we go. Bay Ridge 5 points away from taking this first set as that ball hits the top of the net, but still falls over. Napanee now trying to get a good hit. To the backcourt, received by Eric Burke. Set to Cam. Cam with a hit. Great receive. This is a great rally so far. Napanee trying to get some own power offenses. That ball's a bit too high. And the Bay Ridge Blazers happy to award the point. Don't worry about it. Some great serving by Lincoln so far. So he looks to continue, and I believe this is 4 in a row, and that ball is perfectly over. As Napanee now trying to get something far side. That's a great, powerful hit. You cannot stop that one. I don't care who you are, and Napanee has been awarded the point. As Jonas back in to receive. Napanee now sends it over. Received by Eric Burke. That ball barely misses the ceiling. Owen Swain now sends it over. Decides not to hit there as Napanee will try their own, but a great block by Cam. Get out of the cap. No chance as we have the double with the lift there. And Bay Ridge 3 points away now from taking this first set. A great block from Cam. That's a great hit by Owen. As Napanee now trying to get something. Eric receives it. Cam Bay Ridge gets him offense going to Cam. Their powerhouse hitter. And the Blazers with some momentum. And that is another timeout called from Napanee. Oh my lordy lord. What a powerful hit there from Cam. I don't think anybody was expecting it. I believe it hit a Napanee player in the face. Hopefully he's okay. But just, oh my god. With the Bay Ridge playing like this, I don't want to say it, but it's looking likely to take this first set. as both teams will take the court here. Bay Ridge 2 points away from winning this first set. And really getting off to a good start here, as you don't want to go down the first set. It's really the momentum. Is they have their star player, Owen Swain, taking the first serve, but that's a great call by number 22 on Napanee, as that ball is called out of bounds, and we have a 23-20 game. Both teams in 20. That's just telling how close this game is. Never mind, 23-19. Never mind, 23-20. You can blame that on Evan Yates, the scorekeeper. That is great received by Eric Burke. Set to James. James sends it over lightly. Can't get a hit on that. Napanee now looking to get some offense going. That's a great hit. Can someone handle it? It's Jonas who can handle it. To the Aaron Ease. Little tap forward, but it's just a bit too left. And that point is awards to Napanee, and this game becomes even closer. As each point really matters here, as it's only a 2-point game. As Napanee now will send it over, as they're only 4 points away, but that ball will hit the top of the net. And if you're Napanee, does that kill some momentum? As that just put the Blazers on set point right there. And it's Cam Fraser stepping up to take the hit. He's a power hitter to take the first set. He sends it over. Received by Napanee. They can't make a mistake here. They have to be perfect. That's a great hit. Received by Eric Burke. Set to Eric. Can he get the game-winning set? As they get the point. And the Blazers take the first set. As that was a very back and forth set. But the Blazers, they stuck to it, stuck to their game plan, got some very amazing hits in. And they take this very first important set against Napanee, but this is far from over. It is first to 3 sets, of course. And both teams are looking to come out even stronger in the second one. As you couldn't ask for any better of a first set than that to start off the first live stream of the year. I am super excited. We have a lot of things here. We don't really have a proper scoreboard tonight, but we'll get that sorted out for next week, as we want to get football involved and outdoor sports. I feel like that's a big part of Bay Ridge, and we really want to make that happen, so we for sure will. It's both teams. I'll ask you who wins. Who do you think will win? Ready? So both teams will take the court here, and I'm actually here with BSS star Roman. Roman, who do you think is going to take tonight's game?
I think. Well, I'm a Blazer, right? So I have to go with. I have to go with the Blazers. They're really putting a good effort too. They're hitting the ball in the right places. Is what I say.
For sure. As we start the second set here, as I believe it will be Bay Ridge ball, as they did take the first set, and it was a very back and forth first set. So I believe whatever team gets off to the first little bit of momentum will take the set. If it's the Blazers, if you go up 2, this is an important set for Napanee. If you go down 2-0, how do you recover from that? It's hard to do. You would have to reverse sweep Bay Ridge, and if they're playing so strong like they are tonight, then it's going to be hard to do. But if you win this set, you tied up 1-1, and it's basically a whole new volleyball game. So we will find out what happens in just a moment here. I don't know what we're waiting on. We have a few substitutions, some new players like Rias Hennessy making his volleyball debut, as he didn't play on the weekend in the tournament or last game against KSS. So we'll see how he does under the pressure. As it will be Bay Ridge ball, and I believe it's Owen Swain to take the first serve. As Rice will come off. Never mind. It's Jonas Peak coming on for him. Owen Swain now taking the first serve of the second set. And ladies and gentlemen, let's get going. As Napanee now will receive that, trying to send it over. Still light one, received by James. Owen will set James. No, he sets Cam! But that's an incredible block. It's kept up. Can they get it over? They can't. And that's a monstrous block by Napanee. And they start off with a little bit of momentum. Now, that was an incredible hit by Cam, but oh my god, some strong hands, and that ball somehow doesn't get over, and the Blazers can't recover off of that one. And Napanee now will have a serve. Taking a little bit of a breather here, trying to slow it down as they will send it over. Received by Bay Ridge. So Owen, set by Owen to James. And that's an incredible hit. It's over though, but that will go out of bounds. And the Blazers answer right back. There's a crazy hit by James, and it was not controllable by Napanee. I mean, how could it be controllable? James is incredibly strong. As Cam will send that over now. Controlled by Napanee as they try to get something going here, but that ball will hit the roof. And Bay Ridge will have the ball. As Cam now will send that over. Received by Napanee. Napanee now trying to get a hit going. It's touched by somebody. As Jonas will set that to James, and James cannot be stopped. Back-to-back incredible hits. This kid's on fire. You know, they might, if you're Napanee now, you might have to ice down James Campo, as he's starting to heat up a little bit. As Napanee now will try to start something, a far side hit, as that won't do, but Jonas hits it a bit too much power, and that ball will hit the roof, and it will be a Napanee ball. As Napanee now we'll send it over, and there it is. As that ball is a bit too light. And we will have a Blazers possession, as that looks like Rias Hennessy is coming back on for the libero Jonas Pete. It will be the hot kid James Campo with the hit. Look at he's flexing. He's flexing for the live stream. Oh. It's James Campo now. I think it's a bit of a mix-up here in the front court. As you know, Rias Hennessy trying to figure out where he is. And I believe we can find her again underwear as the ref will blow her whistle. There it is. And here we go. James will send it over. A perfect serve to Napanee. Napanee with a hit. That's a great block, though. And it will go right back to Napanee as they control it off the block. They send it over. It's a free ball. Set by Owen Swain. Far side hit. That's a tip, but I believe he will touch the net. And Napanee will be awarded that point. As Napanee now will have the serve. That's a literally low serve, but great receive by Cam. And now just have to be sent over lightly by the Blazers as Napanee now trying to get their own power. That's a great hit. He gets up and he blocks that from going anywhere near the Blazers side of the court. And if you're Rias Hennessy in your very first game, that is a confidence booster. As you know, he's probably the tallest on the Bay Ridge team. As Napanee can't handle that serve. And Bay Ridge getting off to a bit of momentum here. Could we see a bit of a run here by Bay Ridge? I mean, I'd like that. That'd be great, as I am a fellow Blazer. As Aaron now will have a service. He tries to send it over. And he does, but Napanee ran receive that, trying to get something going here. Far side, they can't spike it. Great receive by Jonas. It's Owen Swain now. Will try to hit it, but I believe that is a two-touch on the Blazers. And it will be Napanee's point. As Napanee now will have the ball. He will send it over, but that ball's a bit too short. And it goes right back to the Blazers' way. As this is just looking exactly like the first set of very, very, very back and forth set. It's just which team is finally going to get that little bit, that streak Who knows, but could it be Napanee as they try to go up for the block? Owen Swain and Rice Hennessy went up for that, but it literally went in between of both of their hands. It squeaks right through. And that hits the ground as Napanee will take that point and will take possession. And that ball is quite high up. And that will be the Blazers' possession as they get the ball back. It's Rice. First serve there, sends it over. But Napanee can receive that, and they send that for own firepower. It's a bit too much for James to handle. And that will go right back to Napanee's possession as Rice Hennessy comes off. A great first little, bit of the season there for Rice Hennessy. It's his first time on the court, and he played great as Jonas Pete will come back on, the trustworthy libero for the Blazers. As that is called out of bounds. A great eye there by the Blazers. We'll go right back to the possession as we have a 9-6 game. Of course, very, very back and forth. As you know, it was as we expected off the first set. As Owen Swain with a monstrous hit. Serve. You cannot stop that kid, but Napanee answers right back. But great receive by the Blazers as they send it right back over. But Napanee not done yet. As they will turn that right out of bounds. And the Blazers will take that point. As Owen Swain now looking to send it over. He hits it. Is that hits the top of the net? And we're top of the Napanee side. And we go right back to Blazers possession as Owen Swain looking to keep this amazing run going. As I'm gonna be honest, his serves are hard to receive. If you're Napanee now, whenever you see him come up to serve, you're worried. You're worried. As he's got serves like that, as Napanee can't handle it, to send it right back over. Someone's trying to set something up. A monstrous hit, but a great block by Napanee as everyone's scrambling. Can someone handle this ball? Napanee will slow it down here. A great hit! And that will go over! And Napanee claims that point and stops all Bay Ridge momentum. A great little bit of rally there as both teams scrambled to get a hold of it, but it was finally Napanee who got the final blow. Napanee now will look to send it over. Owen now setting James. This kid can't be stopped. Baby, this guy's on fire. I swear to God. I told you he's got hops, and he really does have hops. That is sent over now. Great serve by Cam. And nobody can handle that one. And the Blazers up by 6 now. Can they keep this momentum going? And can they get this out of the set with a win? As Cam now will look to send it over. As there's the... And here we go as he sends it over. Great receive though by Napanee. Napanee trying to set something up. They go for it, but it's just a bit too high on the spike there. That's Bay Ridge now. That's a great bit of play, and no one's there from Napanee. A bit of a miscommunication situation. And Bay Ridge with another point. Can they continue this? It's a great bit of momentum here. You know, a bit of a streak, I'd say. I believe about 5 points as Cam Frazier's on fire in the serving position. Is Napanee struggling to hit that, and that will go right back to the Ridge. As that is a 2-touch on the second hit of Napanee. And Cam Frazier has put the Blazers up by 8, and he can't continue it, unfortunately, as that ball goes straight into the net. And we'll go back to Napanee's way. As Napanee now will have possession for the first time in a while. They send it over. Received by Bay Ridge. A bit of a wonky receive, so those have to send that one over, and they send it deep. Napanee trying to get something going here. Look far side set. They keep it up, kid. The Blazers keep it up, and unfortunately, Jonas with a diving effort can't keep a handle on that one, and that one will go right back to the way of Napanee. And that ball has been awarded to the Blazers, as I believe he stepped over the line. As James Campo now will step into the serving position. Try to get something going here as he will send it over. And that was a good serve. And it's called out of bounds. Just barely. As that will go Napanee's anyways. We have a 16-10 game here. Both teams are looking strong. But even with the 6-point lead, Bay Ridge cannot get comfortable here. As Napanee can still pull this game back easily, but with serves like that to go out of bounds, I think Bay Ridge is chilling. As they are up by 7 now. Bay Ridge will send it over. And a good serve. Napanee trying to get the ball over. That's a great spike. Received by Cam. Trying to set something up here on the far side. That's a great hit. But unfortunately, it just goes to the top of the net. And Bay Ridge will take that point. Pardon me, Napanee will take that point. The Blazers still up by 6 here in the 17-11 game. Napanee will send that ball over. Received by Owen Swain. Sets Owen Swain. Can he have a monster? That's a great pass. Can they keep it up? Unfortunately, it is called a lift. And that point will be awarded to Napanee. A great effort though off of a monstrous block by Napanee off of Owen's hit. If they try to keep it up, but it's a lift. As Napanee will take this ball and they send it over. Received by Owen. A set back to Owen. Can Owen get this one over? Oh, great technique, but that's a great timing stop by Napanee. The ball. Can the Blazers handle it? A great play by Owen Swain to get that ball over. Napanee will send it back down, and it's called inbounds. Unfortunately, it's just a bit of an awkward position there for Owen. He can see if it was going out of bounds. I don't blame him for not hitting that. I thought it was going out of bounds myself, but unfortunately, it's in. And now we'll go to Napanee's point as they look to inch back into this game. Napanee now will send it over. Received by Owen. Bit of a light one kept up by Rias, and they'll have to send it over deep. Napanee received now. Trying to set something up on the far side. They get a hit tipped by Rias, and we'll have to keep it up. They do. Owen. Set it. They'll have to send it over. Bay Ridge can't get any hits going so far this set. The serve. The serve. And that is called out of bounds. And the Blazers in a bit of relief there as Napanee was looking to get dangerous. This Bay Ridge now will send that over. Set by Napanee. Can anybody get a hand on it? Great diving try by Owen. But it's just tipped out of bounds. And Napanee looking to inch back into this game. As we have his game debut, Preston Knox. Looking to finish set off for the Blazers. And Preston, you know, he's a volleyball god. So we should be good. Napanee now will have to serve in an 18-14 game. As they send it over now. Received by Jonas. A great low receive set by Preston. He sets that one over, but that's great. Right back over. And unfortunately, their Blazers aren't fast enough to get a hold of that. As Napanee now will send this ball over. And they do. It's received really deep. Can Owen set something up? He sets it into the middle. Rice will just have to send it over. Received by Napanee. Napanee trying to get something going. Can they get a hit here? They do. It gets through. And that ball will be awarded to Napanee. I believe it's off a net hit. And Napanee has inched their way back into this game and is only 18-16 now. A 2-point lead for the Blazers. Hopefully, this doesn't swing in the way of momentum for Napanee, as they don't. Hopefully, the Blazers can finish it off, but Jonas cannot handle that one. And Napanee, 1 point off the tie. So they will get the ball back as they're getting momentum. I believe the Blazers are getting frustrated here. If you're Coach Dwayne, I think you call a timeout here soon. So I think the Blazers are getting in their own head. So they hopefully can finish the set off strong, though, as Preston can't get that one to anybody. And that's another mistake there from the Blazers as they're getting in their own heads. And there it is from Coach Dwayne. The call of the timeout as Napanee has tied up this game. And both teams are only 7 points away from taking the second set. If you're Napanee, this is an important one. As you're already down by 1, you don't want to go down by 2, because if you're down by 2, you have to reverse sweep the Blazers. And if you can't reverse sweep the Blazers, they're too good. So, and if you get the win, then it's a 1-1 ball game. It's basically tied right back up. It's basically like the game never started.
What are you doing?
As if you're Coach Dwayne here, you really want to calm down the boys. You want to calm them down, tell them that, you know, this game is far from over. You have the first set in your hands. You can't let Napanee get all the momentum. Hopefully that slowed it down. To calm down, stick to your game plan, and hopefully pull out this win in the second set. The drive by Jonas, but that ball cannot be handled, and Napanee with a lead after being down by 7. They've inched their way back in this game as they really want the second set. It's Napanee now. We'll send it over. Jonas tries to hold it. He can't. That will have to be a free ball over as Cam sends it over deep. Napanee now trying to get a monstrous hit, and they do, as it slips through the hands of the Blazers. And Bay Ridge now down by 2 as we have a 20-18 game. As Napanee now looking to continue their point streak here. It's gone on for a while now. Cam can handle that one. Back to Cam. Cam needs a big hit, and that's a great way to motivate the Blazers to pull this game back in. If you're Bay Ridge, you needed that. You needed something to stop all the momentum of Napanee, and with a monstrous hit like that from Cam Fraser, that will do it. As it's 20-19, as Rice Hennessy now will serve it for the Blazers. He will send it over. That's a great serve. Received by Napanee. Napanee now will send over a free ball. Received deep by the Blazers. Preston will set it up to Cam. Cam with a big hit. And what is it going to be called? It's going to be called nobody touched the ball. And Napanee will get that point and get possession. This is 21-19. It was such a close call there. As Napanee now will send that ball over. Received by the Bay Ridge, but it slips through his hands. And Napanee now 3 points away from taking up the second set and making this a tie game. Napanee now looking to close it out as they will send it over. It's a deep serve. Received by Bay Ridge. Sent to Cam. That's a great... That does not touch the roof. It goes through the roof. That's unlucky for the Blazers, but they got to play on. They can't let that get in the head to Owen. Owen with a great hit. Received by Napanee with a great rally. They get on top of the net. Didn't they touch the net? It's played to the Blazers. And Bay Ridge will take that point. As I believe Napanee did touch the net there, and that is important for the Blazers. If Napanee got that point there, I don't know if the Blazers could have pulled it back in, but it's who else but Owen Swain taking the serve. He's a great server. Is that played right into a toss-off for Napanee? Great diving stop. Though, is that serve hit? It's a bit too hard. And Bay Ridge 1 point away from having a tie game. Owen Swain looking to pull Bay Ridge back in this game. But Napanee looking to deny it, and that ball goes right into the net, and we have a tie game. And a timeout called from Napanee, as each team is only 3 points away. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle in, as we are 3 points away from the end of the second set here. As Napanee looking to tie up this game in sets, but Bay Ridge looking to make it to set a point. As who will take it? Both teams have had their momentum here in the second set. A bit earlier for the Blazers and Napanee, a bit later in the set. But overall, we're here in the end, and it's a tie game. As who else but their star player, Owen Swain, taking the serve here late in this second set, as he will send it over. Received by Napanee, now trying to get something over the left to send over a free ball. Can Jonas handle that? He cannot. Unfortunately, it's a bit too high for him to handle, and that ball will go to Napanee's possession. 2 points away they can put themselves on set point here with a point. It's Napanino will look to send it over. As they do. That's a good serve. Set by Owen. Can James get there? He tries to get the tip, but unfortunately it's a bit too far out of his reach. And Napanese on set point here. The Blazers have to be perfect for them to pull back this game. It's only 3 points away. Napanee now looking to tie up this game in sets as they send it over. Received by Preston. Set by Owen. Hit by James. Deep. Can Napanee handle it? They can. So look, they set up there something. No, they send over a free ball. Handled by the Blazers. Set to hit by Cam. And that ball. I don't know what it's called. It's called by Napanee. And Napanee gets the point and will take the second set as we are tied in sets now. As ladies and gentlemen, it was a very back and forth set here, but unfortunately the Blazers couldn't pull it out as they had a lot of momentum here early in the set. Lost it a bit in the middle, you know, the Napanee pulled right back through. But unfortunately, that set does go to Napanee as we have a 1-1 game. Think about it just like a best set of 3. It's really, though, I believe whichever team takes this next set is really setting themselves up for succession. You know, you don't want to try to reverse sweep in a best set of 3. You want to say something? You can if you want. And ladies and gentlemen, I got guest star Emily, a co-president, Emily Abbas, you know, star player of the senior girls volleyball team. Now, Emily, now tell me, you know, it's been a very, very back and forth game so far as you join us here in the second set. Who do you think is going to take this third set here?
You know, I haven't been here for long, but I have seen Barrage improve so much. I love all the players. They're all super nice. So I have Barrage. I'm Team Barrage.
Of course you are. I mean, it'd be a shame if you weren't. You do go to Bay Ridge. You are the co-president of this school.
I'd say so.
So, you know, I'd say so too. As Bay Ridge has already taken the floor. They're ready to go, and they're ready to go. I just said the same thing twice. As Napanee now taking their time here in between sets. They really want to buckle in as this set is very important for who's going to win the end, who's going to take this game. As Napanee has finally decided to take the floor here. As both teams are getting set. As we have a few substitutions from different from last time. I believe it's Lincoln. My boom on. It didn't fit my mic. And Eric Burke coming back on from set number 1. Need a little bit of a break. As here we go, taking a bit more time than normal, but that's okay, as it will be Napanee's serve, as Bay Ridge served the last set. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to set number 3. Napanee will send it over there with a great serve. Jonas can't handle it, though, to Owen. Set to Cam. Cam had the monster hit, but that one goes straight into the net. And Napanee will start this set off with a point. It's unfortunate for Cam. He has the strength, but unfortunately just wasn't high enough as that goes straight to the net. As Napanee will have a serve here. Napanee now. Send it over. Received by Jonas. That just barely misses the roof. Set by Aaron. It's hit by 2 people, but James ends up getting the contact. Scrambling now. Who will get it over? They get over the net, and that goes just inside of the Blazers' end. And that will be Napanee's point. A bit of a miscommunication there by the Blazers as James and Owen, 2 incredible hitters, both go up for that. I believe it was James who got the hit on it, but unfortunately, you know, with a scramble, they just couldn't get back into positions. And Napanee will take that point. Napanee now sends it in, but they send it right into the net. And that will be a Bay Ridge point as we have a 2-1 game here. It's Owen Sway now. Will hit it, and he does. Received by Napanee. Napanee trying to get a hit, but that will hit the corner of the net. And Bay Ridge ties this game right back up. Sending it over now. And that ball goes right back over, but it will be unfortunately called that Cam Fraser hit the net. And Napanee now awarded the point. Napanee will send it over. Received by Eric Burke. Set by Owen Swain to James. James has got a monstrous hit, but that's a great receive by Napanee now. They try to set something up. The big monstrous hit! And they just get it over. And unfortunately, with the block, that goes out of bounds. And Napanee with a point. It's a 4-2 game here. Napanee getting off with the early lead. But, there's still lots of game here left to play in this third set. As they send it over, that's a very good serve received by Jonas. Set to Cam. Cam's got some heat on him, and that's in, and that's a Bay point. It's Cam Fraser now. We'll look to hit it over, and he does. Napanee receive, trying to set something up here, and they do. That's a very good hit. That got the Napanee bench going. And unfortunately, Bay Ridge could not handle that, and that goes right back the way of the possession of Napanee. So they traveled 30 minutes all the way to get here. I'm sure they would not want to leave with an L, and they are definitely doing everything they can to prevent that. But unfortunately, James tried something there, but just doesn't have enough height to go over. As Napanee now will send it over. And unfortunately, it's got a bit too much heat on it for Cam Fraser to handle. That ball will hit the ground, and we have a 7-3 lead here for Napanee. Hopefully this doesn't lead to any momentum here for Napanee, and they will get off running, but it could. They've played a very good game so far. Owen sets one of the two. I believe James gets another hit on it. They need to clean up this communication on hitting, as that will just go a bit too far. Out of bounds. And the Blazers will take that point here. James Compo now will send it over. Great serve. And that's even powerful. Even more powerful. From Napanee. And Bay Ridge cannot handle that one. As Napanee now will have the serve, and they send it over. Bit of a light one. Cam keeps it up to Eric. Eric with a great hit. We'll go Napanee side. Can they get it over? They do. Hit straight back over by Bay Ridge. They don't decide to set anything up yet. That'll be a free ball by Napanee. Set by Jonas. Gives it to Owen. Hit. Great block. Can they keep it up? They're scrambling. They need to hit over. They do. They get a touch. Can Napanee keep it up? They can't. And that'll be a Bay Ridge point and a Bay Ridge ball. Aaron now with a serve. They were trying to pull themselves back into this game. It's set by Napanee. Just barely missed the ceiling. And that one will hit the ceiling. And they gave Bay Ridge the point. As Aaron now will have another serve. He sends it over. Received by Napanee. Trying to get something going here. They get a hit, and that is hit straight into the net. And Bay Ridge 1 point away from tying this game. Bay Ridge now hits it over. Napanee getting right back over, but they send it right back over. Great recover there from Bay Ridge. Had quick hands there, but Napanee trying to get the same thing going. On back-to-back blocks. Can Napanee, they want to go round three. But they try to, but it goes into the net. And the Blazers have tied this game. What a rally from Bay Ridge. That's two incredible blocks, and then the hit into the net, but Napanee now trying to answer right back. Bay Ridge now. That's somebody, that's a block kept up by Eric. As they try to get it into round two, as that one will squeak over. Both teams scrambling now, kept up by Owen Swain. Have to set over in a free ball, hit deep and hard. Napanee now. trying to get that ball over, but it hit the top, and that ball will just go over. And Napanee will claim the point there. Dude, Roman, you forgot. Dude, it was true though. Bay Ridge now trying to get over. Can Owen get that one over? Unfortunately, it's just a bit too far out of his reach. Napanee will be awarded that point. We have a 10-8 game here. And a 2-point lead for Napanee. As that ball is just a bit too short. And Bay Ridge will take that point. We're only 1 point away now. So that'll be sent over by Eric. See by Napanee. It's going backwards. They'll have to recover here. And they do. Hit over barely. They try the diving play, but unfortunately it's just not enough to keep that ball over. That ball will be sent over by Napanee now, received by Cam. Set by Aaron. Is it a bit too hard? And it is, but Napanee will go up for it. I don't believe they needed to do that, but I don't think Bay Ridge will complain as they grab the point there on a touch net by Napanee. As Lincoln now will send that over. Received by Napanee. They get something going here. Bit too far. It's a free ball. Hit by Lincoln to Aaron. Aaron's going to set over top of the net, but that's okay. And now we'll go straight over to Napanee. Unfortunately, just gets a bit of his hand, and that's a double touch. As Napanee now with a serve. Received by Eric Burke. Set by Aaron. And that is also awarded to Napanee on another double hit. That's back-to-back for Aaron. Hopefully that doesn't ruin his confidence here and he can fix his form. As Napanee now will hit that, but that goes straight into the net. And we have a 13-11 game. What? It's Owen Swain now. Will have the hit, and he hits it over hard. But that's a bit too far, and that will go out of bounds, and will go into the possession of Napanee. The Hawks. Pardon? Napanee now. We'll send it over, but that'll be sent over right into the net. And that'll go right back into the possession of Bay Ridge. It'll be a 14-12 game. Again, for the third set in a row. It may sound like I'm repeating myself, but this is extremely back-to-back. Both teams are extremely evenly matched. And it's not like they're going point for point. They're going like momentum. As they try to block that one, can they give him? Great recover! Hit by Eric Burke! But he will hit the top of the net, unfortunately. As it was a great play by the Blazers to keep that ball up, but Eric Burke, unfortunately, on the final hit, just gets a piece of the net there. That will be a Napanee ball. As Napanee now will send it over right into the net. And fortunate for the Blazers, they grab that possession and the point, as it will be James Compo stepping up in the hitting position. Pardon me, the serving position. It's James Compo now. We'll send this over just at the top of the net. Can Napanee get a hold of this? They do. Hit deep. It's sent by two people. They both go for it. Bit of a miscommunication there. Nobody can get a hand on that. And then we'll go right into the backcourt. And will be Napanee's point and possession. As James Compo sits down for Jonas Pete, the libero of the team. As Napanee now will hit that right back over to the net. If my statistics are correct, that is the third serve in a row from Napanee to go right into the net. They're going to fix something there, so they're just feeding Bay Ridge 3 serves and 3 points as Aaron will step up into the serving position. And he will send it over. As a good serve received by Napanino, trying to get a quick set. That's a great hit. It's fortunate for the Blazers. That does hit the ceiling. Can they recover here? Lincoln will hit it over. Great play by Bay Ridge, but Napanee will go right back over. Can they get it over? Great block by Bay Ridge. Another one. A light hit. Cam with a diving save. Can they keep it up? A great try there from, I believe, Eric Burke, but he cannot get a piece of that one. And Napanee will claim that point in a 17-14 game. And Napanee right back into the net. That is the 4th in a row of net hits, and they're just, again, feeding Bay Ridge points with a spoon. As Eric will hit that one over there. Napanee trying to hold it there. They hit it over. Great spike, but no, received by Bay Ridge. Cam gets a little bit of a lighter hit, as you may have liked, but Napanee with some power. And that goes straight into the corner. That had a bit of heat on it as we have an 18-15 game. As whoever takes this set here will go to set point. And neither team does not want that. It's a really momentum killer here. But Napanee will set up to take this serve as this just an underhand one. A very light one. They saw the point. They exposed it. That's a great exposure as it was a free ball. But Napanee coming back with some heat as that ball... It is called out of bounds. And it will be a Bay Ridge ball. Oh, a great play by Napanee there. You may think they would have set there. That's a normal set position. But he just hit it over. And it worked. So a 19-16 lead. A 3-point lead here for Napanee. Can Bay Ridge recover? Received by Eric. Set by Aaron. To James. James with a later hit, but it's received by Napanee. Napanee trying to get something huge here. They do with some firepower. Received by Eric in the back corner. To Aaron. It's a free ball by Owen Swain. Napanee now trying to hit something that doesn't go over. They still have possession here. Far court. Received by Jonas. To Aaron. Set to Cam. Cam hits it straight down. And the Blazers are fired up. The bench is going crazy in a 19-17 game that could be the momentum they need as Owen Swain steps up to take this serve. And he does. He floats it over to Napanee. Trying to get something here, and that is set right into the net. And the Blazers are getting a bit of momentum here. Owen Swain now sends it over. Set. Can they keep it up? They can. Sent right deep. Can anyone handle it? As they can. But it is called a lift on Jonas Pete. And that point will be awarded to Napanee. It's a 20-18 game here. Both teams. Both teams really putting up a really good game. And back and forth. Each game, I swear, there's been within 3 points each set. To Owen. Taking it slow here. Great hit by Cam. Well, that ball hit the ceiling. Fortunate for Napanee. It doesn't. But can they get a handle on that? They cannot. They thought it was going to hit the roof. It doesn't. They weren't ready. And that's a Bay Ridge point. As Cam Fraser steps up to take this serve. And he will send it over. Just casually sends it over, you know. Looks effortless as Napanee will send it right back over. Back to Cam. Set by Owen. A quick. Oh, my goodness. James Garpo with a monstrous hit. Oh, my Lord. That was planned, you could tell. A light set by Owen Swain. And a costly hit by James Garpo. As Cam will send that one a bit too far. But that is a highlight reel for sure. As Napanee will send it over. Bay Ridge. needs to calm down here. I think after that big James hit, the boys weren't ready. They weren't recovered. They were going off a high. So they need to calm down here. They need to focus up and take this set. As they're down by 3 now. Napanee 2 points away from taking this set. Bay Ridge now. As you can hear Coach Dwayne settle down. He tells the boys. Can they settle down? No, as that's a bit too far. Great job from the boys, and that could just be what they need here. As it's James Compo coming off his highlight reel, which we need to have somewhere on the official Bay Ridge Athletics TikTok, maybe. As that was a great hit. A shout out to the Bay Ridge Athletics TikTok. Follow. Oh, for sure. Why wouldn't they? It's James Compo now, looking to continue his outstanding performance tonight. He will send it over. And that one, a bit too high. As James will come off. For Jonas, you can tell he has a bit of frustration. Now, unfortunately, it might be getting to the Blazers here. As Napanee's on set point. As Bay Ridge needs to be perfect. Eric sends it over as that's a perfect hit. And Bay Ridge, 3 points away. And they will take the set. It's Aaron. Aaron cannot miss this serve. If he does, Napanee will take the point and take it to set point for them. Aaron sends it over. Received by Napanee. Napanee trying to get something going here. They do. It's a bit hard. Received by Jonas. Can they recover? Hit back in by Eric. Aaron will send it over very lightly. Is that it? It's over the point. And there we go. Timeout called on match point right here. As Bay Ridge only needs 2. Napanee only needs 1. You can't get any closer than this. That's coming, yeah. That's coming. As here we go. We're going to need extra points for this one, I believe, as this game is within 2. As here we go. Aaron needs to have a perfect serve here. The Blazers want to have a chance of taking this third set. As they send it over. Set by Napanee. Can they get something going here? Great block and insert by Jonas to Eric. Eric with a hit. They get a finger on it though. And Napanee trying to get a monster set here themselves. A big hit. And that one slips through the fingers. And Napanee will take that point. And that will be the set win for Napanee as they put themselves on set point. If you're Bay Ridge, after coming off a high, after winning the first set, Napanee answers right back for 2 sets. And if you're Bay Ridge, you got to win 2 sets in a row. What do you do in this off time to reset yourselves, It's been a very, very, very back and forth game. And unfortunately, the last 2 sets haven't gone your way. Take a breather here. Reset the mental. Get your star players out there. And let's win this set, Bay Ridge. Let's go. But Napanee looking very strong themselves there. But hold up a minute. I need to see you go back and talk about that amazing James Compo highlight. Holy smokes. You can't get any better than that. That is peak volleyball right there. The amazing set by Owen Swain. It's perfectly light. James was ready. And that kid has got hops, I tell ya. He gets to the top of the net and spikes that down like it's nobody's problem. It was crazy. Why don't they just do that every time? As here we go, as both teams will take the court here. As a potential final set. Hopefully not, though, for us at the Bay Ridge, at the Blazer Dome. This is the first home game of the season. But also, after this game, you don't want to go anywhere. As we have junior boys volleyball against Napanee coming right back out for more volleyball action. You just don't want to miss it. So we're just getting some final things done before the start of the fourth set. As Jonas Pete will come on for James Compo. As here we go, Owen Swain will kick us off with a bit too far of a serve, and that point will go right over to Napanee and possession. As Napanee now looking to get off to a good start here in this final set, potential final set for them. As that's a monstrous block by Napanee. On this hit by Rias Hennessy. Amazing block by Napanee as they will take, that could spark some momentum there, which will not be good for the Blazers. But that will kill the momentum there. That one goes straight into the net. It will be a Blazers ball as Cam Fraser will step up to hit that one. Cam sends it over, but that ball will go right back into the possession of Napanee. As we have a 3-1 game. It's Owen Swain. We'll send a light one over there. Can't send anything heavy as he's too close to the net. Tries to get a block. They get a hand on it, but it does not work out for the Blazers as that one is sent right down.
Yeah.
Napanee now sends it over. Cam's got to get down there to get that one. As Napanee sends it over in a very deep free ball. Hit by Cam. Set by Owen. A little set play. A little tap over, though. No hard hit. As Napanee trying to get something. And then they'll go far in the backcourt of the Blazers. And that ball is a Napanee point. Napanee now doing a great job of getting away with this game as it's 5-1, but that will go straight into the net and be back into the Blazers' possession here. And if you're the Blazers, what do you want to do? As Jonas Pete comes on and James Compo comes on, who I'm not going to lie has had a very nice night tonight. Can he continue as Rias Henry will send it over? But it's a great call by Napanee as that one is just a bit too far out of the reach of the court. And Rias Hennessy comes off, and Jonas Pete comes back on after only one play. As Napanee now will hit that over. Cam's going to get down there. It's going to be a free ball as Cam will send it over. Napanee now trying to set play, and that's a great play. The light set to the very hard hit straight down has been a set play for both these teams, and it's worked amazingly, as we just saw a great example of it by Napanee. It's Bay Ridge now. Need to get something. It's another free ball. They can't get anything going. Napanee will hit that hard. A scramble there. A miscommunication. Cam will send over another free ball. Napanee getting a hard hit. It's hard. And it's hard enough. As the Blazers can't get a block. That will hit the ground on the Bay Ridge side. And Napanee will claim that point in an 8-2 game here. Napanee looking to run away with this one. Bay Ridge now receive that ball, and that ball, I believe, will hit the ceiling. And Bay Ridge needs to calm down here. They need to get composed. They need to focus up. They can't let this get to their head. And if it does, I don't know. They don't have any more breathing room. As that is a great block by Napanee. They send it right back over. A little ping pong action there. They send this up. But it's a bit too hard of a hit. And unfortunately, I believe that will touch the net. A perfectly executed play, though, by the Blazers, as that was perfect to record book. You know, it went super hard down, but James can't handle himself, and that will hit the net. As Napanee now will hit it over. Received by Cam. Set by Owen. Hits to Aaron. Aaron will update it lightly over. Great receive, but Napanee will send it right back over. Back to Cam. Set by Owen. To the far side. That is a great hit, but it's just a bit too far out. And that ball will go to Napanee, and we have a timeout call from Bay Ridge, and honestly, I don't blame them.
Facts.
Yes, it is on right now, Emily. As we have a very good game right now, as it's 11-2 for Napanee. Now, this was an essential timeout call for the Blazers. You know, you're down by 9. I think this is actually the most the Blazers have been. I think this is the most the Blazers have been down this whole entire game, which is crazy to say, and it's exactly how close this game has been. As Bay Ridge needs to get a hold of themselves right now. As Napanee will look to serve it over. And they do. Looking to continue on their momentum. Hopefully that timeout killed it. Set far side. That'll be a light hit over. Controlled by Napanee. Napanee trying to get something now, and they do. And that will be a Bay Ridge point on the double hit. Could be something that Bay Ridge needs to get back into this game. As it will be Aaron's serve. Did good serving so far. Can he continue it? As he does. A great hit there. Handled by Napanee. It's gonna be it's sent over on the second hit. Set by Owen. Owen will have to send it over lightly there. I don't think Napanee was expecting that. Napanee now with a monstrous hit. That's a bit too hard. Two goes far. And that is a Bay Ridge point. You wanna come do an interview? As Aaron now will step up to take this serve. A perfect serve last time. Can he replicate it as he's trying to get the Blazers back into this game? As he does. But a great hit, but can the Blazers keep it up to do a great effort too? Keep having to jump over his teammate. Can they keep up their scrambling? Bay Ridge needs to calm down. James sends it over high. Can Bay Ridge calm down? They try to James. And Bay Ridge aims that point. As Aaron now will look to set it back over, and he does. It's a floater. Napanee can't see it, and that point goes right to the Blazers. Yeah, Romy should be like. Aaron will send it over, but that one goes into the net. But if you're the Blazers, that was good. It was a 4-point run there, and it's what you wanted to get back in. Napanee now will send it over. Received by Owen. Hit over by Aaron. I don't think that's what he wanted because it goes over the second time, but it's okay. Napanee now trying to get something over. They send over light. Hit by Aaron to James. Hit far side to Owen. Owen will have to hit that far into the Napanee court. They need to calm down here. As Owen will keep that up to Aaron. He sets James. James got the hops. He hits it over. Napanee hit it right back over, and that will be a Bay Ridge point off of a lift by Napanee. As Bay Ridge now will be their ball. It's kept up by Napanee. Napanee now trying to get a good set. They do a little tip over though. Hit by James. Set by Aaron to Cam, but that will be whistled down. And on a 2-touch. And that ball and possession will go to Napanee. Nolan. Napanee now will send it over. That's a great serve. And that will be called out of bounds though. As it just crossed over the line. And that is a Bay Ridge point. Napanee now with a hit, but that is a bit too far. And Bay Ridge is getting hype. The crowd is going crazy. As Barrage now will send it over. Set by Napania. Big hit. Barrage is crawling their way back into this game. The momentum is going the Blazers' way. But unfortunately for James Compo, I may have jinxed him. And that ball will go to Napanee way, and we got a Napanee point as James will sit down and Jonas Pete Schmiederson will come on. My Bayridge now, keeping it up to Cam, tipped by Rice, and this is all the points. As Owen Swain now put it over, the star player for the Blazers, MVP. Hit over, served over by Napanee to Owen, back to Cam. Cam, he's a monster, and he does! But that ball will go out of bounds, and Napanee will take that point in a 15-11 game. Napanee now looking to close out here. They had a very early lead early on, but Bayridge crawling back in. Bayridge got a momentum, but I believe Napanee has handled it well. As Napanee here will try to get something going, trying to close up this game as they're only 10 points away from winning. To Owen, set to Cam. Cam with a great hit, and that goes right in open space. And Bayridge gets back their possession. As Cam Frazier now will send it over lightly. Handled easily by Napanee. Napanee trying to get something going here. And no one, bit of a miscommunication there. They have to bump it over. But Bayridge now trying to get something going. On the far side, a little light hit. Handled easily by Napanee. And that block, just a bit too early. And unfortunately for the Blazers, that block just goes and hits the side of Bayridge, and Napanee, well, that'll be Napanee's ball. It's a 12-16 game. It connects to my microphone. Yes, I do think Bayridge's gonna win, but Jonas Pete hits that right into the rafters. It actually hit all of the Bayridge accomplishments on the wall over there. Casa football, Casa girls soccer. And that point goes right back to Napanee. As Napanee's possession now as they will look to hit it over as we have a 17-12 game here. And that ball sits successfully over, received by Jonas. Back to Cam. There'll be a free ball over as Rias cannot handle that one. Unfortunate for the Blazers. And Napanee here looking to close it out as they are 7 points away from making their 30-minute commute here to Bayridge. A well-worth one as Rice will hit that back over. A great hit there. Set by Napanee. Sir, is that a bit too far? It's gone out of bounds. And it is out of bounds. The Blazers will claim that point. As Rias Hennessy now will look to hit this one over, and he does. It's a good hit. Light serve, can Rice keep it up? He got it's a bit too far to reach for the front court. And that point will go straight to Napanee. If you're the Blazers here, you're down by 6. Napanee, 6 points to go till they get the win. Do you call timeout here soon? I think the Blazers are in an alright mental state. They just can't get any momentum going here. Owen, a great set. Get that hit the roof. Fortunate for Napanee, it doesn't. Napanee will send it back over to Cam. Set by Owen. They're doing a quick play. Once again, James Compo hits it straight to the ground. My Molly, my God. James Compo, the star player tonight for the Blazers, is on fire. That is his 3rd amazing hit in a row. And if the Blazers continue that, they can claw their way back into this game. Aaron, hit over to Napanee. Napanee's going to have to send over to free ball. Hit by Cam to Aaron. Aaron said somebody, it's not a set, they'll have to send it over. But miscommunication, but Napanee can't handle it. And the Blazers go up to 15. Bay Ridge now sending it over. This could be their final set. They're in a do or die situation here. That ball's too far, and they read it well. And Bay Ridge will claim that point. A 3-point game here, 19-16. Napanee on set point. Comes down to this. Aaron will hit it over, and it's a bit too light, and that will bring Napanee to 20. Napanee now with possession of the ball. 5 points to go till they take this whole game. Bay Ridge will have to send over a free ball. Handled by Napanee. They go for the quick play. And it works. And that will hit the ground on the Bay Ridge side and bring Napanee to 21. 4 points away from ending this game and going home with the W. But unfortunately for the Blazers, I will give them an L, but it's not over till it's over. They set James. James with a hit. Back to Napanee. Napanee with their own hit. Jonas with a great receive. Set by Aaron. To Owen Swain. Owen hits a light one over. Handled easily by Napanee. Napanee now. The Hawks send it high and long. And Bay Ridge will take that point. Here we go. Bay Ridge needs to play spectacular in these final moments of the fourth set. Owen Swain set to James. James launches it. But a great receive by Napanee there. A great block to get up there by Cameron James. Set to Napanee. Napanee hits. But it's going out of bounds on no tip. And Bay Ridge will claim that point. Bay Ridge now getting a bit of momentum. That one is sent over, but it's called out of bounds. That is unfortunate for the Blazers. And the Hawks will get that ball. Bay Ridge now. That one's sent over by Napanee. They get the ball the set's a bit too hard. Can they handle it? Aaron sends it back over. But sent back over. There's a scramble here. Owen will send it back over. Somebody needs to handle this. I think Napanee will finally calm it down. A great block by Owen to get up there, though. Napanee, though, will have another set. It's blocked again. Back to box by the Blazers. But Napanee is scrambling here. They need to get a free ball over. Will it go over? It does. Handled by James. Set by Aaron. To James. What a monster! Crazy block by Napanee. Oh my goodness! That was an amazing hit by James, but even better block by Napanee, and Napanee will claim that point. And Napanee 2 points away from sending the Blazers home with an L tonight. And that's it tonight. The Blazers can relax a little bit. Calm down. As they need to focus back up. You know, Napanee may be 2 points away, but there's still lots of game left to play here as James Compa will send it back over. And he does. A great serve there. Napanee controls it, though, to the... But a great block! But what's there? Oh, my goodness. That is what the Blazers needed. They needed this huge block by Owen Swain. And it's a 3-point game. And who else but Eric Burke to step into the serving position for the Blazers. He's got a stellar serve. And that one's a perfect serve. Set low for the Hawks to handle. It'll have to be a deep 3-ball. Will that one go over? And the Blazers bring it to 21. And a timeout called by Napanee as the Bay Ridge Blazers are getting a bit of momentum here. As ladies and gentlemen, we're in the fourth set. The Hawks up 2-1 in set. It's a 23-21 game here. The Hawks 2 points from sending the Blazers home with an L. The Blazers 4 points from sending this to a fifth set. Who will do it? We'll have to find out after this break. I'm tingling my hands. As here we go. Both teams take the court. And ladies and gentlemen, buckle in. This is going to be a roller coaster of the last few points as Eric Burke will send it over. Napanee now with a monstrous hit. So hard, in fact, it can't be handled by the Blazers. And they are on game point here. If Napanee successfully gets the next point, it's over. But Bay Ridge is going to try their best to not let it happen. Napanee sent over, handled by Eric Burke. Set by Owen Swain. It's going to be a free ball. Set over by Eric. Napanee now looking to close the game. A hard hit. Great block. Kept it by Cam. Set by Eric to Cam Fraser. That's a crazy hit. Trying to get it by Napanee, but it can't be. And the Blazers hold on for one more point. And it's who else but Owen Swain to try to carry the Blazers to a 5th set. He sends it over. Napanee now have an easy opportunity for a hit. It's lightly hit over. Set by Owen Swain to Aaron to Cam. Cam hits it over. Not blocked by the Hawks. And that point goes to Bay Ridge. And that's a timeout called by the Hawks. They needed that one, as ladies and gentlemen, it is a 24 to 23 point game here. The Hawks 1 point away from sending the Blazers home. The Blazers 2 points away from sending this to a 5th and final set. Who will do it as the Blazers take the court for one, could be potentially their last time. Owen Swain with the ball needs to be perfect here. He needs to place this in a perfect position, or else he's sending the Blazers home. Here we go. Napanee's taking the court. Bay Ridge has taken the court. As Owen Swain now will send it over. Napanee trying to get something going here. It goes over. Napanee will take the point and will take the game. Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately for the Blazers, they started off hot with a big first set win, but Napanee buckled in and took the last 3 sets and will take this volleyball game. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you for watching. It's been a great game here by both teams, but don't go anywhere. We got junior boys volleyball coming right next. Bay Ridge and Napanee. You won't want to miss it. And anyways, thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss a Bay Ridge sporting event. Anyways, thank you all for watching.